And so Peter says, you got everything you need, man. But this is the part I like. This is some fly theology right here he's about to drop. He says right here, he says, this is how it's done, right? He says, through the knowledge or true knowledge of him who called us by his own glory and excellence. That's beautiful. Because he's now taking them to a theological framework that's going to impact a practical reality in their life. Are you tracking with me? And so what he's doing here is he says, through the true knowledge of him who called us by his own glory and excellence. In other words, Peter says, God didn't call us because of what he wanted us to do. God didn't call us because he thought we were cool enough to save. God didn't say, I like the way they're going to do for my glory. No, this text says the way we got into a relationship with God is God was looking at himself eternally. In other words, if we can anthropomorphize God's attributes, if you will, or give characterization to it, God was in eternity looking at himself in the mirror, walking like this. He's like this. Wow. He flexed his grace, and it was like a six-pack. It's just beautifully lined in the spirit realm. He did like this. He said, dang, look at my justice, man. Wow, I'm fine in a mug. Look at me. He said, ain't we fine? The Godhead started talking to each other. They was hot. Holy Spirit said, we fine, man. We've been enjoying each other. We self-sufficient, self-existent, enjoying each other. They bump chests spiritually and everything. You know what I'm saying? Say, we fine. They said, but we can't keep this to ourselves. You know, all of this fineness needs to be spread around. All of this glorious, beautiful fineness. We gotta, now, if we share our fineness, they can't beat us, but they can enjoy the existence of our fineness by being in relationship to us in our fineness, but they won't ever look as good as us, but they'll look like us, but won't be us. So God called us in response to himself, in response to his own glory, in the way that he looks, and he says, I want to give them an eternal endorsement deal. Let me see if I can make it plain. Back in about 84, 85, there's these sneakers that came out, or tennis shoes, some people call them, that came out. They were black and red. Now, you got to understand, up until that point, we wore white sneaks and black sneaks. That's it. You know, but at this point, a dude came out, you know, Nike gave him an endorsement that he coming out, clack-cow, getting his man on the court and everything, slamming, tongue all out. And dudes was like, because they saw him on the basketball court, flossing Nikes, joints, cash everywhere, hood, to the suburbs, was like, I got to get them joints right there, right? Because why? Because he was representing or reflecting the name of Nike on the basketball court. Well, the reason why God put us in a relationship with him was to reflect his glory. Was to reflect his glory where he lived and dwelled, so that when the gospel transforms you, you wear his imprint on your soul. And when you wear his imprint on your soul, you show him off. So mission is about flossing God, showing off God, making God's name known, but it comes through the transformation power that Jesus brings.